Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knox to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and it's such a joy to come your way this very beautiful morning. Like I will always say, thank God for the gift of life. It's because we are alive that we are here together on this program. And I say a big thank you to every single person that is joining me live. Thank you so much. I do not take it for granted at all. Thank you for the share of your time. And for everyone that will be joining thereafter, I say thank you too. And for those that will watch this program much later, wow, a big thank you. Thank you for giving me this share of your time. And like I will always say, please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is something called Knox to Nuggets. And even if you are watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, please still go straight to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Let's build that community together. I know, like always, together we win. Thank you so much. A big shout out to every single person. Thank you. So, today in this time out together, we're going to be looking at an interesting topic, something that caught my attention at the beginning of the year. So, last week, we had a good time out talking about a fresh start. It's a new year, it's a fresh start. But today we are going still building on a fresh start on Success 101, the habits to live by. Success 101, the habits to live by. And I will take it in my stride. If we don't finish today, we just simply continue next week. And I know it will add value to you. I'm so sure it will add value to you. So today we'll start by definitions. Let's just define what is success. I mean, we say it often, oh, she's successful, he's successful, I'm successful, that program was a success. What exactly are we talking about? What is success? Success is a favorable termination of attempts or endeavors. It's the accomplishment of goals. So that success is the accomplishment of goals. That means for you to say something is successful, there must be goals. There must be an expectation. There must be something you are looking to achieve. Then you can say, I've ticked the boxes, this is successful. Some people say success is attainment of wealth or position. Yes, that would be success if that is what you define success by. The truth is this: you are the only person that can define success for yourself. That's the truth. Success is measurable and is measurable by the goals, by the plans, by the things you have set yourself to do and achieved. So to somebody, success might be to make $1 billion. He gets the $1 billion, he says it's successful. Somebody else says, I'm not looking for $1 billion. I just want peace of mind. It gets the peace of mind, is successful. Somebody else says, all I just want to do this year is to get married and settle down my home. It gets that done, is successful. It won't say because he didn't earn $1 billion, even though he got married and got settled in the home, then it's not successful. No, it defined success. So let me ask you this. We're talking about Success 101. What is your definition of success? That's the basis. That's where it starts from. What is your definition of success? You define success totally on your terms. And I love this quote by Anne Sweeney. She said, define success on your own terms, achieve it by your own rules, and build a life you are proud to live. Define success on your own terms. Don't let anyone define success for you. The challenge with a lot of us is that we have defined success by other people's terms. So I see my neighbor, he's just bought himself a range, and I say, oh, I need to get a range. And that becomes my target. And that becomes my definition of success. No, define it on your own terms. Oh, I see my neighbor, We are age mates. We left school at the same time. He's got married this year. Is last year or 2 years ago, whenever he's even got a child already. I need to get that done too. And you begin the rat race on his own terms. No, success is success based on what you define it to be. You are the marker, not another person. It's you aspiring, it's not somebody else. When you define success by somebody else's terms, then you are running their race, not your race. You have left your lane. You know something? No matter how well you run, no matter how fast you run, if you leave your lane, you can't get the medal in a 100-meter dash. In a 100-meter dash, you are expected to be on your lane through the race. So if you do it in 5 seconds, but you left lane one and end up in lane five, nobody will give you the medal because you've crossed. So success is staying on your lane and doing what you know to do best, what makes you happy. That's why you see some people that you think are successful because you've judged them by money, you've judged them by outward appearance of success, and so they are very successful. And then you hear they committed suicide and say, I thought he was very successful. Why wouldn't he be happy? Why would he commit suicide? Because success is not defined by money. It's not defined by material things. It's defined by purpose. We are back to that big word, purpose. Purpose is what you live for. The only time you feel fulfilled is when you are ticking the box of purpose. Maya Angelou said, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. That is her definition of success, and it's so apt. It's liking yourself, it's liking what you do, and it's liking how you do it. So that's success. That is success. Melanie Forbes said, failure is success if you learn from it. So when somebody says it's failure, he said it's success if you learn from it. So 2024 is here. What is success to you? By the time we get to December 2024, what are the outcomes you want to see to say to yourself 2024 was successful? This time next year, 2025, how do you want to look back at 2024 and call it a success? What are those things? In other words, what are your goals for the year? If you have no goals, then there's no success. Imagine a football pitch with two of your best teams and with your best players on the pitch, and then the goalposts removed. Think about it. Will there be any goals scored? None. Will there be a reason for a match? No, because there can't be any goal scored because there is no goal post. So when you have a field without a goal post, they are just there to enjoy life. They are there to party. They are there to have fun. They are there for a comedy. And if you paid the ticket to watch them, you just come to watch them have fun. There can be no goals. Why? No goal posts. So if you're going to be successful in 2024, you must have your goals because success has got to be measurable. Robert Collier said, success is a sum of small efforts repeated day in, day out. Success is a sum of small efforts repeated day in, day out. So when you can define success, then you have clearly set goals. Then you can prioritize your life. Something happened to me recently. I think that was last week, yeah, early in the year. So January 1 was Monday. So that would have been maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'd said to myself that I was just going to lounge. I had nothing I wanted to do. I just wanted to relax and rest. To-do list zero. So I got up that morning. had my quiet time, and just was lazing around. And then suddenly I realized, oh, it's a work day. I can achieve this in a bank. And this is me sitting down before lounging, not caring what time it was. Suddenly, bam, I need to get to the bathroom. I need to have my bath. I need to get this. And everything simply changed. You know why? I suddenly had a purpose for that day. There was suddenly something to achieve, and all the lounging just disappeared. In a few minutes, I was done, ready to go out. And I said, what happened? How did you just suddenly gather that speed? Simple. There was a purpose. There was something that I needed to do. So success is only when you have clearly set goals. Your goals will drive you. If you have not set your goals for 2024, trust me, it's not too late. It's still early in the year for you to sit down, take a moment, take an hour, take an evening. You want to stay all night long, stay, and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in 2024? What will success in 2024 mean to me? When you know what success means to you, you can focus your time, you can focus your energy in the things that matter to you the most. I know what that does for you. It saves you from distraction. So when you can define success, you will define fulfillment. You get better fulfilled because three things clearly define success. Number one is your values, number two is your goals, and number three is your passion. So, what is success? Is what you decide it to be. I can't define it for you, and you cannot define it for me. But until you define success, you cannot have a fulfilled year. That's how important success is. So, if you've taken time to define success, and I believe you've learned something from that definition, if we call it that, of success. So we're talking again about habits. Remember, talking about success 101, habits to live by. So it's success and habits. So what are habits? Habits a habit is an acquired behavior or a pattern that regularly happens until it almost becomes involuntary. It's learned, but you've done it again and again, that it just becomes auto in your life. That's a habit. There's a famous quote on habits that I want to read to you. I don't know who gave that quote, but it says, sow an act, you will reap a habit. Sow a habit, you will reap a character. Sow a character, and you reap destiny. So it's from habits, it's from act to habits to character to destiny. It's a flow. Acts, habits, character, destiny. Aristotle said, quality is not an hack, it's not an act. Quality is a habit. Will Durant said, we are what we repeatedly do. That's habits. And so then he said, excellence is not an act, is a habit. You know why? We are what we repeatedly do. George Washington said, 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. Habits. And when I read that quote, I had to bring it in while defining habit, because it just tells me that whatever habits you have define your life. So again, goes back to acts, habits, character, and destiny. So if you are used to making excuses, you've made it a habit, guess what? You amount to nothing. And then you say, how come I failed? You failed because you made a habit of making excuses. Habits. Once you learn to quit, Vince Lombardi says, it becomes a habit. Once you learn to quit, it becomes a habit. That tells me a habit is learned. So I don't have a right habit today does not mean you cannot learn it. Comes back to success. So if you know what you want to achieve, then you ask yourself, What habits do I need to form to achieve it? What habits do I need to build to achieve it? You learn it. It's like driving. When in the days of manual cars, where you have the gear and then you have to balance the accelerator, the clutch, yes, and the accelerator and the brake. No, clutch and brake. Even me, I'm forgetting manual driving, and I learned manual. I still drive manual if it's available. But thank God for automatic. Thank God for the person that built the automatic cars. Makes life easy. So when you learn the art of balancing your clutch and your brake, you can keep your car steady while you're changing your gear. But when you start learning to drive and they tell you to change your gear, you need to press down the clutch, but you have to put your leg, I like, press down the clutch, press accelerator, brake, which one? And then you first of all start by pressing accelerator and brake. And say, no, it's not on brake, it's on clutch. No, it's not. Okay, it's an, and then you're confused. And the engine just keeps going off on you, off on you, off on you. Then it gets to a time without even thinking, which is my problem now. I'm trying to remember which one is which now. You just learn the art of balance and you change gear without even thinking. When you start learning to drive, for you to change from gear one to gear two, you have to call your consciousness to bear and say, so now I want to change gear. So I need to clutch down, but the engine must not go on. So I've slowed down, but I can't press brake. It will stop. I need to put my leg on the accelerator and change. Many times the engine goes off. So why did the engine go off? I was trying to change the gear because you have not mastered it. Then you want to trafficate. I tell you want to change your lane, you need to look at the back to be sure the car that's there is far enough. You need to look at your front. So how can I be looking front and looking back because I want to change lane? And you're wondering which one do I want to use to look at back? Is it the mirror inside? Is it my side mirror? And your back view mirror or side mirror? Which one do I want to use? Because you are learning. It's looking like a complex assignment. Then you get a grasp of it. Then you find out that you with one hand on the steering, another hand on the gear, you change your gear, you trafficate, you do everything. It's raining, it's not bothering you. You are putting on your wiper and you're wondering, how did you master it? You mastered it. How? By doing it again and again and again. Nobody learns to drive by watching somebody drive. Nobody learns to drive by watching a movie on how to drive. Nobody learns to drive by listening to a tape on how to drive. Everybody learns to drive by driving. The same thing with prayer. Nobody learns to pray by watching somebody pray. Everybody learns to pray by praying. Thank God for automatic cars. Today, this generation, if you give them manual cars, they don't know what to do because it's looking very strange. But with automatic, just start. In fact, now it's keyless entry, it's keyless ignition, and you are moving your car. Thank God for that innovation. But you know what? You master it by doing it again and again. Remember, you're a product of what you repeatedly do. Now, while I know that success is dependent on you, there are certain habits that are underlining for everyone who wants to succeed. Whether you want to succeed in business, in family, in a career, in education, in whatever area you want to succeed, there are certain underlining principles, there are certain basic habits to live by. And number one is having a daily routine. Every successful person has a daily routine. Now, if you don't learn to control your day will control you. And what routine does is helps you control the day. So imagine you have no routine. You wake up at 4 a.m. You wonder, it's 4 a.m. What do I need to do? Nothing. You snooze, you go back. You sleep, you wake up again at 6 a.m. Okay, let me have my bath. Okay, there's work today. Okay, let me just get into the shower, have my bath. Let me get into the car, take a drive to work. You get to work. Okay, so what's there to do today? Okay, I do this, I do this. Okay, nice, fine. And then before you know what's happening, oh, it's time for lunch. Then you stroll out to lunch with some friends. You gist all through the day, all through the lunchtime. You eat whatever you want to eat. You come back. You continue the day. Oh, it's time to close. You close, you go home. Key Sarah, Sarah. You can never be successful that way. You can never be excellent that way. You can never be the best that way. You know why? Your day controlled you. Your day controlled the narrative. Have you ever seen any successful person that you called? Say, can I come and see you? When can I see you? Anytime. What day? Any day. Where? Tell me where you want to see me. You can't find that. Every successful person, when they pick your call, the first thing when they call you, the first thing they would ask you is, do I have a moment to talk? You know why they're asking? Because they know that when you call them, you are in between their day. They want to say, do you have the time for this call? And if you tell them, oh, sorry, can I call you back? They'll ask you when, and they will expect your call then because they understand the power of routine. So when you also call them, they expect you to ask, can I get a moment? But because you have no plan, you have nothing in your own day. Your day is kisera sera. You call them, hey, hello, how are you? Just then I say, can I call you back? So, oh, why is that one? Why is he so full of himself and arrogant? Is it because just became a CEO? No. He's a person with a plan. And you called at a wrong time. And he will call you back when his schedule allows. Routine. The routine of an average person is wake up, clean up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, eat sometime in between it all, and do it all again tomorrow. But never a successful person. No successful person lives like this. So the first thing is to be intentional. Be intentional about your life. Ask yourself, what are the things that I need to do on a daily basis? What things I have to do on a weekly basis? What are things I need to do on a monthly basis and schedule them? Have a routine. When you have a routine, then there's a reason to wake up. When you have a routine, there's a reason to take a shower. There's a reason to get dressed. There's a reason to step out. And that reason will propel you. Have a routine. Now, it's one thing to have a routine in your head, but no, have your routine written down. Be intentional about yourself. It's your life. Live it intentionally. Live it consistently following your routine. You know what? Whatever you do daily will determine the outcome of 2024. So have a daily routine. Write down your routine so it's visible to you. You can keep looking at it and then it's easier to achieve. So you have been someone that does, you have not been used to having a routine and it's new. It's new to you. Remember, habits are things you learn. So write the routine, stick it up on your wall, put on your window, put on your bathroom, everywhere you can see it, and keep looking at your routine. That's the things I need to do every day. Have a routine. And the things I need an alarm, set an alarm. So I want to decide to wake up every day at 4 a.m. Set an alarm. The moment you begin to write your routine, you determine when you want to wake up. You know why? You see the things you need to do on or before work time. See the things you need to do on or before bedtime. You can ask yourself, how many hours in a day do I need to do these things? The moment you have a routine, trust me, that joke that I'm not a morning person will fly out of the window. I have a friend that will tell me, oh, I'm not a morning person. I don't like waking up before 10. My day starts at 11. The day you realize purpose and you define success and you ask yourself, what are the things I need to do to achieve this success? That sleep till 12 noon will fly out of the window. You know why? There'll be a reason to wake up. Purpose gives you a reason to live. I can't say that enough. And the fact that you have a routine today does not mean it has to be your routine for your life till the Lord calls you home. No. As success is redefined by you, your routines also will change. So for a student, the routine will be different from a worker. For a worker, the routine will be also different from that of an entrepreneur. So every day, and that's why the power of review is there. As you review your day, you can then decide, what do I need to do differently? Now, what does a morning routine look like? And if this is where I stop, I'll be fine. So you ask yourself, what are the things I need to do in the morning? A lot of people tell me once you wake up, just get on your knees and pray. It doesn't work for me. If it works for you, beautiful and right. You know why it doesn't work for me? Because I'm still sleepy. Tendency to sleep back is high. So I'm not that person that will wake up from the bed and get on my knees and start praying. Because I found out, I tried it when people said, when you wake up in the morning, put God first, pray first. I found out that it became my snooze time. So what did I learn to do? When I get up in the morning, I go freshen up. If it's all that I'm doing is just brushing my teeth, I brush my teeth. That activity wakes me up. Time I'm brushing my teeth and wiping my face, that activity alone wakes me up. What works for you? Then quiet time. So by the time I've gone off bed, brushed my teeth, I'm awake enough to be able to have a proper quiet time. Now, when I say quiet time, I'm saying a lot of things. It's a time of prayer. It's a time of Bible study. The time of meditation and time of planning your day. So quiet time starts with God. Hallelujah. Yes, we start with God. It's all about God. So when you're in your quiet time, you're praying. If you have a devotional, it's time to go through your devotional. Read the Bible through program in a year or in 6 months. It's a time to go through it and pray. And prayer is not just talking to God. It's also a time of listening. What will God have me do today? What are the instructions for the day? While studying your Bible, a scripture jumps at you and God begins to speak to you through it. Take a paper and a biro and write. So wherever you're having your quiet time, ensure you have a paper and a biro there so you can write. The faintest of pens is still better than the sharpest of brains. And then take time to meditate. The art of meditation is so powerful. If you can meditate for just 5 minutes, it works. If you can do 10 minutes, but start with what you can do. Don't try to do 30 minutes and then you do none. And then, having done all of that, if you have developed the habit of doing your to-do list the night before, take time to review your list again. Are these still the same things I'm doing today? Are they the things I'm doing today? What do I want to do today? Then something else I want to ask you to learn to do in the morning: journal. Attitude of gratitude. Just write down, what are you grateful for? Just write 5 things you are grateful for. Then start up your day in an attitude of praise. Then you're writing 5 things you are grateful for. You see things that you probably didn't even think about. In trying to write things that you are grateful for, you remember you choked yesterday and God cleared it. Somebody else choked and passed on. Then you are grateful for life. You missed your step and you got your balance. Somebody missed their hit their foot, their head on the on a surface and passed out, and that was the end. If you can think, you can think. Journal and then drink water. That would be a beautiful thing to do in the morning. Just drink a glass of water, a bottle of water. It makes your day start right. So today, this is where I'm going to stop for time. But remember, we defined success, we defined habits, and we realize that without a goal, you cannot actually achieve success. Success is ticking the box of what you want to do. So you must have your goals. With goals, what are the habits that you need to form to achieve the goals? Key Sarah will not work. You have got to be intentional with your life. And then we're talking about the basic habits to live by. And the first is morning routine. And we'll put a pause there. I look forward to seeing you next week as we continue on the success habits to live by. And I know that 2024 will deliver for you. If you don't have those goals written down yet, please write them down. Put them in front of you. Look at them daily, because whatever you can see, you can achieve. Remember, if you can think it, you can be it, and you can have it. Thank you to everyone that joined me live. Thank you to everyone that would listen thereafter. Remember, please like the video, share it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let somebody out there know that there is something called Knocks to Nuggets. And thank you to everyone that will go to that channel again and again and listen and like the content and pass their comments. And until I come your way next week in another edition of Knocks to Nuggets, don't ever forget it. Together we win. God bless you. See you next week. Bye for now. Bye.